Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Tomorrow Never Dies. And this movie came out in 1997, and it's a sequel to GoldenEye. And before watching this movie, I decided to rewatch GoldenEye to see if I would appreciate it more or less upon a rewatch. And I appreciated GoldenEye a bit more. I bumped up my rating by 1 point from a 6 to a 7, and I enjoyed that a decent amount. And this one was kind of just a worse version of GoldenEye, unfortunately. I do think this movie gets some things right. I do like Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. I think he's great in the role, and the movie has a very good cast overall. I like Michelle Yeoh. I think she's good in this movie as well, and I do like the usage of practical action, and the stunt work is impressive. And this movie does feel very 90s, especially with the music choices and overall feel that it has going for it. So, like this fear of technology and what it can eventually do. I do feel as though that's very 90s and just like going for like something very world ending chaos. And I just found that to be kind of amusing and fun. And throughout this entire movie, I wasn't bored. Despite the 2 hour runtime, I was like, yeah, I'm into this. I'm enjoying what's being shown on display. And this is good. And I enjoyed the cheesy tone of the film as well. And the plot was fun to go down. And I think one thing that was really missing for me was the action scenes just not being as well edited as they should be. I know that it was in GoldenEye a bit, but I do feel as though they kind of stepped up the editing in terms of like how bad it can be in certain moments, and I just felt as though it was a bit choppy. But one thing I'll mention about this movie is that it did have some long action scenes that were fun to watch. I can give the movie props for that, for having some long, fun action scenes. Like, you want to see an action movie, you have an action movie, and there's a good amount of it. But going into my issues, I feel as though the villains were weaker in this movie compared to GoldenEye. I don't even remember what I said about the villains in GoldenEye, but I do feel as though they were much better in that movie than in this movie. I just don't really feel intimidated by them, mostly because they're just a little too goofy for me to take seriously. I know that's a common thing for James Bond movies to have like goofy villains, but sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't, and it just never worked for me, unfortunately. It's kind of one of those things where if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I just wasn't really into it. But one thing that I have not mentioned yet is that I do like how James Bond's car is basically like the Batmobile. I found that to be kind of funny. And I also didn't mind that this movie tried to flesh out James Bond's character a little bit, like kind of humanize him, stripping him back just a layer so you can kind of get a sense of who he is as a character and not just have like this guy that everyone wants to be, and just humanizing him a little bit. I didn't mind that, even if the movie didn't really do it all that much. The visual effects in this movie look dated and never once felt as though they were part of the environment in my eyes. Luckily, there are points where they are in a dark environment, so I can say that we're well utilized, because I do feel as though that's a good opportunity to use visual effects just in the dark scenes, so you can't tell how bad they look. So I'll give the movie a little bit of props for that. And this was during a time where movies had an understanding of when to use visual effects. So like Jurassic Park had a great understanding of how to use its visual effects. And the nighttime scenes looks way better. I also haven't mentioned that this is the same director as Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis. I wasn't a big fan of Terror Train, but I will say that I like this movie probably better than that movie. I don't remember much about Terror Train other than I wasn't super impressed by it, but I didn't really get a sense of the director's voice. I don't know what is specifically his style or not. I just felt like, oh, that's something he did, and I'm not really getting much personality from it, unfortunately. Like, I'm not really picking up any signs of his personality in this movie, if they're even there. And speaking of other movies, there was a moment where characters were kicking in a window from the outside, which reminded me a lot of Die Hard. So that was a little thing that I was like, oh, I guess Die Hard inspired this movie a little bit. And that's about all I have to say about Tomorrow Never Dies. It was decent. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's another James Bond movie, and as long as it's nice, simple entertainment, then it works for me. If it's anything less than that, it's not going to work for me. So if you need a place to watch it, it's currently on Netflix, and I think you'll enjoy it. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Tomorrow Never Dies a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Tomorrow Never Dies, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Blue Moon. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.